The Order of the Red Banner was the first Soviet military decoration. The order was established on 16 September 1918, during the Russian Civil War by decree of the All-Russian Central Executive Committee. It was the highest award of Soviet Russia, subsequently the Soviet Union, until the Order of Lenin was established in 1930. Recipients were recognized for extraordinary heroism, dedication, and courage demonstrated on the battlefield. The order was awarded to individuals as well as to military units, cities, ships, political and social organizations, and state enterprises. In later years it was also awarded on the 20th and again on the 30th anniversary of military service without requiring participation in combat. Award history. The Russian Order of the Red Banner was established during the Russian Civil War by decree of the All-Russian Central Executive Committee of September 16, 1918. The first recipient was Vasily Blyuka on September 28, 1918. The second recipient was Iona Ukia. During the Civil War there existed similarly named orders and decorations established by the Soviet Communist governments of several other constituent and non-constituent republics. The August 1, 1924 decree of the All-Russian Central Executive Committee established the All-Soviet Order of the Red Banner for deserving personnel of the Red Army. Other non-military awards also used the phrase Order of the Red Banner in the title. For example, the Order of the Red Banner of Labor was presented for acts of great scientific, military, manufacturing or agricultural achievement. From 1918 till the late 1930s there was also a collective variant, the Revolutionary Red Banner of Honor. This was in the form of a military color awarded to distinguished Red Army, Soviet Air Force and Soviet Navy units. It was more older than the order, having been established on August 3, a month and several weeks before. Award statute. As a military decoration, the Order of the Red Banner recognized heroism in combat or otherwise extraordinary accomplishments of military valor during combat operations. Before the establishment of the Order of Lenin on April 5, 1930, the Order of the Red Banner functioned as the highest military order of the USSR. During World War II, under various titles, it was presented both to individuals and to units for acts of extreme military heroism. In some ways, the Order of the Red Banner was more prestigious, as it could only be awarded for bravery during combat operations, whereas the Order of Lenin was sometimes awarded to non-military personnel and political leaders. Nearly all well-known Soviet commanders became recipients of the Order of the Red Banner. The order was awarded to individuals as well as whole formations, which then added the prefix Red Banner to their official designations. Naval vessels also flew a special ensign. Long Service Award. The Order of the Red Banner was also used as a Long Service Award between 1944 and 1958 to mark 20 and 30 years of service in the military, state security, or police. Decree of the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR of September 14, 1957 emphasized the devaluation of certain Soviet high military orders used as long service awards instead of their originally intended criteria. This led to the joint January 25, 1958 decree of the Ministers of Defense, of Internal Affairs and of the Chairman of the Committee on State Security of the USSR establishing the Medal for Impeccable Service, putting an end to the practice. Award description. The order consisted of a white enameled badge, which had a golden hammer and sickle badge surrounded by two golden panicles of wheat on a red star, backed by crossed hammer, plow, torch and a red flag bearing the motto Proletarians of the World, Unite. This was surrounded by two golden panicles of wheat. At the bottom were the letters SSSR. Additional awards of the order bore a white enameled shield with a silver sequence number at the bottom of the obverse. A recipient of 3 orders of the Red Banner would wear a basic badge of the order, followed by his second award bearing a number 2 and his third award bearing a number 3. The early variants of the order were screwback badges to allow wear on clothing. Later variants hung from a standard Soviet pentagonal mount with a ring through the suspension loop. The mount was covered with an overlapping 24 mm wide red silk moire ribbon with 1.5 mm wide white edge stripes and a 7 mm wide white central stripe. The Order of the Red Banner was worn on the left side of the chest, and when in the presence of other orders and medals of the USSR, was placed immediately after the Order of the October Revolution. If worn in the presence of orders or medals of the Russian Federation, the latter have precedence. Recipients: individuals, formations, Baltic Fleet, Soviet Northern Fleet, Pacific Ocean Fleet, Far Eastern Military District, 1st Army, 1st Guards Tank Army, 2nd Guards Tank Army, 1st Rifle Division, 6th Rifle Division, 24th Rifle Division, 27th Guards Rifle Division, 39th Guards Rifle Division, 19th Motor Rifle Division, 76th Guards Airborne Division, 85th Rifle Division, 100th Guards Rifle Division, 106th Guards Tula Airborne Division, 17th Rifle Regiment, 32nd Rifle Division, 72nd Mechanized Brigade, French Fighter Squadron Normandy-Niemen. Individual feats. Feats of valor worthy of the award of the Order of the Red Banner were as much against internal as against external enemies of the USSR as detailed below. Private Mikhail Minin was awarded the Order of the Red Banner for being the first to enter the Reichstag building on April 30, 1945 during the Battle of Berlin, and the first soldier to mount the red flag on its roof at 10:40 p.m. Pavel Dybenko won 3 Orders of the Red Banner, his first in the 1921 bloody suppression of the naval rebellion in Kronstadt, his 2 others in 1922 in the suppression of peasant uprisings. Sasha Filippov received his posthumous award in 1944 for spying on and being executed by the Germans during the Battle of Stalingrad. Official execution of Vasily Mikhailovich Blokhin was awarded his in 1941 for leading a company of executioners that performed and supervised numerous mass executions during Stalin's reign. Major General Mikhail Vasilyevich Vodopyanov was awarded 2 of his 4 Orders of the Red Banner for his leadership of long-range bomber groups during World War II, often personally leading the missions. Trivia. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, a satire on the Soviet Union, an order called the Order of the Green Banner is created.